Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on a Car Mechanic Simulator today, and we're going to be finishing off the restoration work on the Delahaye, this crazy, fantastic looking vehicle. We've got our next project car lined up over here, of course, the Shelby Daytona. We are fairly close to finishing off with the Delahaye, so we're going to build that. We're probably going to mess around with it in the off-road area. Might even get my hot rod. In fact, some people are asking, the hot rod's hidden in here for now. I needed to clear up some space on the lifters for the various cars to work on, so the hot rod had to go and get parked in the test area. Right, engine-wise, the engine for this car, fairly complete. We are, of course, missing some bits. We will need carburetors. We need a cam gear. I'm not sure what we have as far as kind of cam gears and timing gear goes, I should say. I did off camera go and redo the wheels and tyres for the Delahaye along with the front shock absorbers, because I didn't really want to be sitting around doing all of that stuff. It's just kind of a long time consuming faff, basically doing the tyres, etc. So yeah, I figured I'd do that one off camera. I've got a couple of timing gear covers hanging around. You forget we have got some odds and ends left over from previous builds on the i6s. Some bits might have been repaired, although I haven't got the repair anything mod installed at the moment. I don't actually know if it's been updated or I didn't check. I probably should have checked before I started this, but there we go. Carburetor, we're going to need 2 of those. Don't know if we're going to need an air filter or not. We're going to be also needing... let's go back. Well, that's what we were going for, a distributor. That will hopefully help us. We'll get a distributor, yes. We'll get a rotor as well. We will get an i6 cap. We also do need a spark plug, if I remember correctly, which will tend to help. We will also get the i6 timing gear, the serpentine. i6B. We want i6, so we want that one and that one. Should hopefully kind of sort us. We did have some typical. We did have some left over, but you're never quite sure. And we did have maybe we repaired them. Maybe we had them left over from previous builds. And will we have clips? No, we will not have clip Bs. So let's go grab some of those. Oh, let's buy an oil pan while we're here, though. Always a helpful thing. Well, apparently that got rid of the thing that I typed in there. That's helpful. Clip B. Couple of these real buggers to to acquire when it turned to building the hot rod. Thinking of kind of using donor cars for builds, etc. Do we have? Oh, we do have one of these air filters left. Fantastic. The giant boat that we have currently got sat in the workshop is actually going to turn out to be rather helpful, certainly in terms of building that Daytona. I can steal a lot of the engine parts from the giant boat, while the Daytona is technically a slightly different engine. It's a 2-carb engine rather than a single-carb one that's on the big Luxor. Most of the other internal bits are going to be the same. So we will get relatively lucky in that regard and be able to, steal a lot of bits from that. So, admittedly, we did buy the big barge for a couple of parts to go on our hot rod, but it will have more uses as well. So, yeah, these donor cars, we make the most of them. I do make the most of my donor cars as and when I can. I thought about just chucking it out, selling it, because it's still worth a half decent amount of money as it is, 20-odd thousand. But I might as well make use for the rest of the parts essentially. Right? I know we need a fuel filter. We need an oil filter. Are we done with the other bits on here? Jump back around to the front. Yeah, we are actually. Can't complain at that at all. Right, filter. We want a fuel filter, yes, and we want an oil filter for an i6. The air filter will, I assume, be... Oh, of course, it's got air filters on the side, doesn't it? Side draft ones, rather than as a whole separate thing. Right, engine sorted. We will go and pack that up into a crate. We will then go and dump it in the car. We've also got all of the bodywork I did have a quick check before I started filming. I actually have all of the bodywork ready to go back on the car. I think everything was repaired, which is always helpful. Can I not use the engine crane? There we go. Okay, sure. Right, I've got to take off the exhaust section. Fair enough. I don't know why it didn't... A lot of pressing of buttons and a lot of confusion as to why that wasn't letting... I don't know why it wasn't letting me work with that. It's very peculiar. Right, front exhaust section has to come off because, of course, this engine is a little bit weird to work on when it comes to the various sections. Right, install the engine. There we go. That's all fine. Oh, and then we've got to put that... Of course, we've got to put that section on first, and then we can put the manifolds on. Yeah, I've talked about this I've probably talked about this in the last 2 times I've built i6 engined cars. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, and there's a lot of lifting the car up and then dropping the car back down again and then lifting the car back up. It's, yeah, a faff, basically. But there we go. Gearbox can go on. We can stick it... Oh, we probably don't have a starter motor. The drive shaft, I think we've got stacks of drive shafts hanging around, so that shouldn't be a problem. I say we've got stacks. We did at one point have stacks of drive shafts hanging around. Not so much anymore. Oh, this one here has... Oh, of course, I thought the fuel pump was an outline. I was going to say, I'm fairly sure this one came with a fuel pump. It's one of the very few cars that has, being a barn find car rather than a junkyard car. Do we have the exhaust manifolds that we need? Oh, we have one of them. Better than sometimes with these builds. We will need another manifold. Do we have a brake servo? No, we don't. So we'll need a manifold and a brake servo, and that'll be largely the front of the car complete. That's not too bad going. It certainly isn't too bad a car to work on. It has got fair bit more complicated suspension. Certainly if we compare it to the Jeep that we built up last time with a very, very rudimentary suspension system on it. This, yeah, is a little bit more fiddly to put together. There's just more components to go on this vehicle. Have we got... Ooh, okay, so we need a steering rack, and we'll need... I don't know if we'll have any tie rods hanging around in our inventory. Probably not. So let's go and grab a couple of these outer tie rods and inner tie rods. We probably need an anti-roll bar as well, but I'm not quite sure what one we do need, so I'm not going to go and... Oh, no, we haven't got a sway bar already in. Yeah, the sway bar's already all in and connected, so there we go. We would... Okay, we would have... Well, we will have still at the end of this one kind of... Oh, extra part left over. Now we will need another one of those wheel caps as well. Oh, did I leave one of the wheels? I might have left one of the wheels on the balancer machine. Maybe I didn't balance one of them. Who knows? We will find out in a minute. Right, this side is going to be completed. Ah, we already have the wheel cap in there. Perfect. I think there's a couple of bits and pieces that we are missing from the rear. Oh, we need a starter motor as well. Let's go sort out the rear of the car. Wheel, yeah, there is one left over. That's fine, we will take you. I think it's just a couple of bits of suspension arm on this side is all we need. Rear suspension arm B. I can deal with that. Rear suspension arm, that one. Yeah, rear suspension arm B. Hopefully we will have the rubber bushings to do this, because... I know we have got some still hanging around from previous builds. That's that in there. Rear suspension arm here. That will need a bushing at the front, which we do have enough of. Perfect. And now we can fit on the wheels. For whatever reason, this wheel here is a little bit glitchy in that it's the ghost kind of image is showing it up as having the wheel there rather than this kind of blanked outline. Don't know particularly why that corner is doing funny things, but there we go. And I think... that is everything done on here. Oh, taillights and windows need fixing. God damn. Otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. Oh, I didn't take out the tail. I always forget about the taillights. It's a real pain. So is that a scratch on there? It looks like there's a ding on my car. That should not be should not be the case. Don't know whether we can repair. No, we can't repair the taillights on the car. The rest of it is pretty much good to go on. So let's go and do that. Assembly mode. Let's get the rear left fender on these. Well, the boot, because of the way that the boot is split on this, it gets called different things. It's just the way that it has to work for the various opening bits, which is why you have the trunk and hood as both bits for the front, so you can open a side separately, and why you have the back, well, different sister. At the end of the day, it works. You get the idea. Front end, can we click in the right place? Front end can go on. That's all being repaired. The fenders have all been repaired. It looks great. I love this. I love this vehicle. We want not interior, normal mode, assembly mode. Yeah, I love the look of this car. It's as soon as I saw this kind of mod around it, it's a fantastically crazy vehicle, and is very much my kind of car. In some ways, I think it can look better even without these fenders on it. So, I don't know. It'll be a personal preference kind of a thing. Yeah, so I think it can look just as good without them as it does with them on. It looks a lot more almost surreal with the fenders and whatnot on the car. Battery can go in there. We haven't got the starter motor. We will grab that. Starter, won't want a V8 one. Might as well go and have a look in the body shop for the lights. Oh god, I can't remember how on earth the thing was. There we go. Thankfully, it's all come up. Right, I think we've got the headlights. We will need the left and the right tail lights. I think we'll need the front window as well, because I don't think I'm going to be able to replace that. Fairly expensive on the old parts is this car. Kind of to be expected, though, and it's likely to be also that the parts are where kind of the value for the car comes in. We have seen that before. Not assemble mode, normal mode. Can we take that? Okay, it's a little bit, doesn't quite come up with your normal like hitboxes for it. It's a shame because that was at 91%, but I guess we'll still be able to sell it from our inventory and make a decent amount of money. Assembly mode, left tail light, and the right tail light can go on there. Right, how much money are we looking at for the car? At the moment, $250,000. Not too shabby. Ooh, we're missing another rear suspension arm. Hold on a second. Do we not have a rear suspension arm on this side either? Ooh, we did not. Ah, okay. Well, I guess we're getting another one of those. Yeah, we're in the body shop at the moment. That's not where we want to be. We want to be in the main shop. Rear suspension arm B. These are obviously pesky little buggers that like to go missing from the Delahaye. You can go back up in the air again. Then we will need to do interior. Then we will get to drive the probably fairly slow car. These i6s have not been the fastest, most spectacular of vehicles when it has come to the old driving front. Now, parts we need: steering wheel, bench, and I guess number plates, which interestingly it isn't coming up as saying it needing. How odd. Do we not have a place to put plates on this car? Assemble mode. Maybe there isn't a place to put plates on it, so it just doesn't have them. Okay. Again, I'm fine with that. It's something I don't have to worry about. Now, if we go and then move the car to the garage entrance, okay, it's fine. It will go and sit over there. No problem whatsoever. Oh, just managed to... the doors here. We've got suicide doors. I like this car a lot. I like this car an awful lot. Alright, assembly. Oh, no, we want to do interior. Oh, God, not that one. We want to do interior... Oh, okay, hold on, we're not in normal mode. Interior mode, interior assemble. I want to see what it comes up with. Oh, right, okay, fantastic. It's already in good enough condition. I can repair it. Steering wheel 3. Looks like the parts, so I think we might as well go for steering wheel 3. And that will be our car ready to go for a drive once we put some oil in, of course. Let's not forget the oil. Oh, we need to paint it a little bit. But, normal mode, interior assembly. There we go. Steering wheel 3 on the car. Shut the doors. Brilliant. Brilliant vehicle, this one. Might be easier going from this side. Again, we could faff our way around. Oh, no, wait, it is over that side. Never mind. Ignore me. I am blind. Doesn't matter, though, because we can do the magic teleporting around our car to fill stuff up. A helpful skill. Helpful skill indeed to have. And that'll do on the old oil. Quick check. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Drop that down. Car status is at 100% throughout. It's done a lot of miles. It's done almost 500,000 kilometres. Not quite as big a, I guess, turnaround in money from this vehicle. I guess it was a fairly expensive one to buy, having come from a barn find as opposed to being found straight from the junkyard. So less profit made on this one. Still, $250,000 is not bad at all in terms of money. We're going to go and take it there to the off-road area and see how this car might fare somewhere it's really not supposed to go. Well, here we are, well outside our vehicle's comfort zone. Don't know whether the suspension is going to do weird stuff if we try and ask it to go off-road, or whether it's... Oh! Yep. Yes, it will. Yes, it will have problems around here, because this is a relatively low, relatively, I guess, streamlined car to be dealing with this sort of a terrain. It'd be kind of quite nice to have... Oh, God, to have this area as a timed lap to see how different vehicles can go. Oh, can we make it up the hill? Come on, Delahaye, you can do this. You can maybe ish. Come on, find some grip. It was briefly working. At one point there was some grip to propel it forward. I think we're going to be a little bit stuck on the hill there, aren't we? I can't really do too much more. I think we're stuck on some bumps. Right, let's roll it back down. We'll try again. It might possibly be able to make it up the hill. I was kind of curious to see how very not off-road vehicles would fare out here, because well, the Jeep kind of acted quite strange in terms of dealing with the bumps and so on. Oh, it was a better climb. It was a better climb by me. Come on, stop spinning the wheels, but don't stall it. Don't stall it out. Oh, it's not going to go anymore. Right, so the Delahaye can't make it over up the hill, and I might have got it stuck on some rocks. So yeah, I mean, cars like this aren't going to make it up that hill. That is something to bear in mind. Oh, we're going to beach it if we're not careful. We have beached it. Bugger. Bugger indeed. Funnily enough, yeah, we've not lasted long. We have not lasted long at all in the off-road area. I mean, I know roughly how it's going to drive. It's not a massively powerful engine, not going to be a massively quick car. Interesting the way that it reacts with the off-road terrain, though, kind of as you would expect in a car like this, which is, I guess, good to see from the game's physics engine. Well, we will paint it up, get rid of some of the dust, and then I think sell the car on. Right, let's go and stick that into the paint shop. I quite like the green. I quite like the green that it comes with, so I think we might stick with that. Let's go. Oh, of course, paint shop. Paint the car. Yeah, I quite like the green. Do we have any? Don't have any liveries or anything fancy to paint it with. So yeah, set car. Apparently it was white from the factory. What does it look like in white? No, not a fan of the white. I think the darker colours probably work better on it, especially with all the chrome going on around it. Like the white just doesn't. No. Yeah, we'll go with the green. I assume that will fix up all of the bits. I forgot I can change cameras with that, can't I? Never mind. Yeah, it's really only a few bits of the bodywork that needed doing, but there we go. It has been tested thoroughly off-road. Not amazing at that particular section, but it does look fantastic. I love the doors. I love the bonnet. It's yeah, it's a really, really very, very cool mod, this one. And it's going to make us a nice little profit. Not the biggest profit, but enough. So we will get rid of that one there. Yes, I do want to sell the car for $250,000. Before we go, however... oh, well, I've not quite got out the door before closing it. How vicious those doors were, how quick they closed. we're going to go and take another car off-road that really shouldn't go off-road. Neither of those two, they don't work. But I've got a hot rod with many hundreds of horsepower that needs to be tested on that dirt track. What could possibly go wrong with trying to get a, I think, 400-ish horsepower, might even be more than that, horse-powered hot rod around this off-road zone. In fact, the hot rod is so absurdly loud compared to that Delahaye. I've got to turn my computer down. It makes a lot of noise, does the hot rod. Well, we haven't gone fly, although I wasn't going anywhere near as quick down that first section. Yeah, this is considerably quicker. But will all of that power just lead to a massive amount of wheel spin as we try and climb up the hill? Come on, you can make it! Just about! It will make it! It will make it up the hill. Only just, but it will make it before it starts. It just gives up out of traction at the top as it starts spinning the wheels, but it is going to make it. Oh, well, we completely missed that section, whatever we were supposed to do over there. Oh dear. It's going to beach itself on that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we haven't got the ground clearance to do that. Better ground clearance, of course, in this car. Would probably have helped with bigger, not wider rear tyres, but God, I'm trying to think of the right sidewall, like a bigger sidewall on those rear tyres, similar to the front tyres, to give it a little bit extra ground clearance at the back, because yeah, it's a little bit on the wonky side from where we have slightly mismatched tyres, but that's what we have to do to get the car working in the first place. It's, oh god, not going to like this bit. Oh, okay, we're across there. Surprised to say the least that this is still going. We're going to be able to get across this. Again, brute force our way. Brute force our way across the rocks. Yep, brute force is the way to go. Can we get up on the... Hey, we can get up on the little log bit, whatever you want to call it. Across the... Oh, the motocross-ish jumps. Well, it's more kind of scraped the underside across the jumps, but there we go. Will I be able... I've got such a run up this time. Will I be able to get up the hill from this sort of a standing start? Brutal force? Oh no, brutal force doesn't work when you've got no rear grip to try and make it work. Okay, let's try get. Oh no! I've done a stupid thing. I've done a really, really stupid thing. Bugger. Oops. Let's restart that one, shall we? Okay, I am curious to know whether we can get up that slope. So, okay, so we're heading from over here. We'll take a little shortcut. Actually, a half-decent lap going on around here for testing various, I guess, off-road aspects. All right, so we're coming from this angle here. That's where we backed up too far and got stuck. So this is the kind of run-up that we're going to get. If I go too crazy on the power, we're just going to lose the back end. Yeah, it'll do it. It won't do it as massively comfortably, but the hot rod will climb up the big off-road hill. Oh, brakes are not as good as I thought they were. Well, I mean, I guess it's going to be wedged there at least. That's something. Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. Well, there we go. The Delahaye was completed. Didn't really off-road particularly well. The hot rod, on the other hand, pretty good. It gets beached. I think the overhangs are perhaps a little bit excessive in places. I can do with some, yeah, more ground clearance at the back. However, did the job. Whoopsie, wrong button. Did the job. Did off-roading. Yeah, surprisingly capable, and is now about to fall off down the hill. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, I shall link all the mods used in the description so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.